Hello. Today General Hospital will reveal this week. General Hospital takes an unexpected twist, one that is both nostalgic and surprising, as Molly Lansing Davis, Clint Buchanan, reveals a secret hobby that no one saw coming. Fans of the soap opera are in for a thrilling ride, as the storyline unravels a hidden side to Molly that has remained concealed amidst her busy and demanding career as a powerful attorney. While many know Molly for her sharp mind, her sense of justice, and her commitment to fighting for what's right, what they don't know is that she has been harboring a passion for something entirely different, something that may blur the lines between her professional and personal lives in ways no one could have predicted. As Molly climbs the ranks in the legal world, she has always maintained a pristine image of being focused, determined, and, at times, detached. But deep within, there has been an escape, an emotional retreat into the world of a secret romantic novel. This isn't just any ordinary love story, it's a tale of love, passion, and longing, tinged with the same complexities that color her own life. While Molly's career as a lawyer has been a pursuit of justice and intellect, the novel she writes is all about emotions, raw, untamed, and very much personal. What makes Molly's secret hobby even more intriguing is the characters she has brought to life in her story, many of whom bear startling resemblances to the people in her real life. The lines between fiction and reality begin to blur, and what was once a harmless outlet for her emotions transforms into a much deeper reflection of the struggles she faces in her own world. And among these characters is none other than Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, a name that many General Hospital viewers are already familiar with. Cody, whose tumultuous relationship with Molly has already been marked by ups and downs, finds himself embedded into her fictional world in a way that seems almost predestined. The connection between the real Cody and the fictional counterpart is uncanny, and it leaves Molly questioning where the boundaries between her professional life and the life she has imagined in her writing truly lie. But it's not just Cody who will shake up Molly's world. In a thrilling nod to longtime soap opera fans, Molly's novel also introduces a character that has caused an uproar among those who have followed General Hospital's sister show, One Life to Live. The return of a familiar name from the past is not just a throwback, it's a strategic move that ties the two shows together in a way that will leave fans buzzing with excitement. The character's reappearance in Molly's novel hints at a larger story unfolding, one that intertwines both her real-world struggles and the lives of those she writes about in her secret literary escape. This revelation marks a pivotal moment in Molly's character arc. For years, she has carefully constructed a persona of composure, always in control, always determined. But the novel, her secret passion, shines a light on a side of her that has been hidden away for so long. What was once a quiet, personal indulgence now has the potential to unravel everything she has worked so hard to build. As the lines between fiction and reality continue to blur, Molly finds herself standing at a crossroads. Will she continue to keep this secret from the people closest to her, or will the truth of her emotional escape come to light in the most unexpected of ways? For General Hospital fans, this twist brings an entirely new dimension to Molly's character. It's a compelling mix of romance, mystery, and nostalgia, with echoes of past storylines and characters that bring a sense of continuity and excitement to the show. As Molly's journey unfolds, both in her career and in the world of her novel, the show promises to explore themes of identity, passion, and the often overlooked complexity of the human heart. A fictional love triangle, or is it really just fiction? In Molly Lansing Davis's, Clint Buchanan's, secret romantic novel, the protagonist is a woman named Delilah, a not-so-subtle version of Molly herself. As the story unfolds, Delilah finds herself caught in a whirlwind of emotions, torn between two potential love interests, both of whom mirror significant figures in her real life. The first is Cody, a rough-around-the-edges, enigmatic figure, sound familiar, whose presence in the narrative feels eerily close to Molly's own complicated feelings for him. The second, much to everyone's surprise, is Clint Buchanan, a character who is, to say the least, a throwback to a different time and place, as well as a nod to longtime soap opera fans. For those familiar with One Life to Live, Clint Buchanan, portrayed by Jerry Vierdorn, was a beloved yet controversial character, and his appearance in Molly's fictional world is anything but coincidental. It doesn't take a detective to connect the dots here. Cody, with his brooding demeanor and unpredictable behavior, is the obvious source of inspiration for one of Delilah's suitors. But what is truly fascinating is the deep emotional undercurrent that Molly explores in her novel, one that feels like a safe space to explore the complexities of her feelings for Cody without having to confront him directly. Through the fictional lens of Delilah, Molly has created a world in which she can explore the emotional terrain of her relationship with Cody, without the risk of rejection or awkwardness that would come with confronting him in real life. The love triangle between Delilah, Cody, and Clint is more than just a plot device for Molly's book. It serves as a way for Molly to explore the conflicting emotions that she's been grappling with in her real life. The presence of Cody in her fictional world is a fascinating reflection of the deep and unresolved feelings Molly has for him. It's as though she's using the safety of fiction to dissect her feelings, to question what could be, and to imagine different possibilities without the real-world consequences. This fictional version of Cody is, in many ways, a version of the man she knows and feels for, but one that exists in a narrative where she can control the outcome. What's intriguing, however, is the introduction of Clint Buchanan into the mix. Why would Molly choose to add a character like Clint into her book? While Clint is a compelling and complex character in his own right, it's clear that his inclusion in Molly's novel serves a symbolic purpose. Clint represents the allure of the unknown. Someone who is also emotionally intense, but perhaps with an edge of mystery and sophistication that contrasts sharply with Cody's raw and untamed nature. This contrast not only makes for an intriguing love triangle in the narrative, but it also highlights the duality of Molly's own feelings. Delilah's struggle between Cody and Clint is not just a reflection of her inner turmoil, but also a way for Molly to play out her own internal battle between the love and attraction she feels for Cody, and the curiosity or perhaps the longing for something different that Clint symbolizes. For fans of the soap opera, the inclusion of Clint Buchanan in Molly's novel is a subtle yet thrilling nod to the past. Clint's presence is not merely a cameo, it's a conscious choice that ties General Hospital to its sister show One Life to Live, blending the two worlds in a way that will excite longtime fans. This connection adds layers to Molly's character and to her novel, creating a bridge between two iconic soap opera legacies. But it's not just about nostalgia. The love triangle in Molly's book also serves as a deep emotional exploration for her. It's clear that the feelings Molly has for Cody are complex, and through the fictional Delilah, she is able to confront these emotions in a safe, controlled environment. The process of writing these characters is more than just an act of storytelling, it's a way for Molly to make sense of her real-life emotions without directly facing them. Given Molly's tendency to overthink and analyze every situation, it makes perfect sense that she would take this route to better understand her own feelings. By creating a narrative where she can control the dynamics, she is giving herself the opportunity to explore what she truly feels for Cody, while still keeping a safe distance. So, the question remains. Is Molly simply using her novel as an emotional outlet, or is she trying to understand something deeper about her relationship with Cody? Perhaps it's both. Through her fictionalized portrayal of Delilah's struggles, Molly is doing more than just writing a romance, she is navigating the complexity of love, desire, and self-discovery. It's a fascinating look into how a person can use creativity and fiction to reflect on their own life, and in this case, it seems that Molly is using the novel not just as an escape, but as a mirror to her own soul. Clint Buchanan makes a fleeting appearance in Molly Lansing Davis's, Kristen Vigano's, secret novel, but it's the mere mention of his name that really grabs the audience's attention. While Delilah, the protagonist, and Cody, the rugged love interest, may dominate the narrative within the pages of Molly's book, it's Clint Buchanan's name that sends ripples through the soap opera community. For any longtime fan of ABC's soap operas, Clint Buchanan is a name that carries immense weight. Clint was one of the central figures in One Life to Live, and his sudden, albeit brief, mention in the General Hospital universe is nothing short of significant. This isn't just another character popping in for a cameo, this is Clint Buchanan, a cornerstone of OLTL, appearing in a different show entirely, even if it's through the medium of a fictional story within General Hospital. The very act of referencing Clint's name in the context of GH, even in such an indirect manner, is a wink to the past and a reminder of the powerful legacy One Life to Live has left behind in the soap opera world. This could very well be a subtle nod or an insider joke intended for longtime fans who have been following both shows for years. However, General Hospital has a history of using these kinds of fictional novels or offhand references to hint at much larger plot developments or events. In the past, the show has often used such literary devices as a precursor to major twists, turning what initially appears to be a throwaway moment into an essential plot point that reshapes the direction of the story. Could this mention of Clint Buchanan be one of those moments? Is it a playful reference, or is there more to this seemingly inconspicuous nod? For soap opera fans, this isn't just a passing mention, this is a potential bridge between two beloved ABC soap operas. The fact that Clint's name is dropped in a General Hospital story arc creates a possibility, even if subtle, for a crossover between General Hospital and One Life to Live. It's a tantalizing idea that perhaps, just perhaps, this is the first step toward reintroducing characters from OLTL into the GH universe. This kind of crossover could bring with it endless opportunities for drama, intrigue, and deep connections between the two shows. Fans of both soap operas would undoubtedly be thrilled at the idea of seeing familiar faces from OLTL back on screen, interacting with the rich world of General Hospital. Given the shared history between the two shows, particularly the connections many of the characters share, like the Buchanans' ties to the Quartermaines and the legacy of the characters involved, the possibility of revisiting these beloved characters from OLTL is both exciting and nostalgic. Could Clint Buchanan's mention signal the revival of other OLTL characters? The potential for such a storyline is enormous. There are numerous characters from One Life to Live that could seamlessly integrate into the General Hospital universe, creating a dramatic and unexpected shift in the dynamics of Port Charles. Characters like Vicky, Todd Manning, and Blair Kramer could bring new layers of complexity and intrigue to the lives of GH's residents. Whether it's a full-fledged crossover event or the introduction of individual characters, the opportunity for these two soap worlds to collide is something that fans of both shows have been dreaming about for years. Moreover, the mention of Clint Buchanan in Molly's novel could be the first breadcrumb in a larger narrative that unfolds over time. What if this is the beginning of a gradual build-up towards a larger OLTL reunion on GH? The soap world loves its surprises, and bringing in legacy characters from a beloved, cancelled show could be the perfect way to inject some fresh energy and excitement into GH's already complex storylines. The very idea of Clint's name being included is loaded with meaning. It serves as a reminder of the past, a nod to soap opera fans who have followed these characters through decades of drama. It's also a signal, one that could either be a harmless Easter egg for the fans or the precursor to something far bigger. As the storyline continues to evolve, it's impossible not to wonder whether this is just the beginning of something monumental for both General Hospital and One Life to Live fans. Could this be the start of a crossover event that fans have been longing for, or perhaps the re-emergence of fan-favorite characters from OLTL into the GH fold? Only time will tell, but this subtle mention of Clint Buchanan has certainly left soap opera fans buzzing with anticipation. Could Llanview be making its way to Port Charles? The mention of Clint Buchanan has caused a stir among General Hospital fans, and the possibility of a crossover with One Life to Live is a topic of heated discussion. While Clint's name appearing in Molly Lansing Davis's, Kristen Vigano's, secret romantic novel may seem like a passing reference, it has sparked a wave of speculation about whether this is the first hint of a larger narrative development. The most intriguing part of this is the potential for a return of some of One Life to Live's most beloved characters to the General Hospital universe, with Clint Buchanan being at the center of it all. For longtime fans of ABC's daytime soaps, the name Clint Buchanan carries significant weight. Clint, portrayed by Jerry Vierdorn, was a key character in One Life to Live, a show that captured audiences for decades before it was abruptly cancelled in 2012. Clint was a multifaceted character, known for his ruthless ambition, personal demons, and tumultuous relationships with family members and love interests. His storyline spanned everything from business rivalries to intense family drama, making him a central figure in Llanview's soap opera legacy. The mere mention of Clint's name in General Hospital, even if it's in the context of a fictional novel written by Molly, is a notable move that could indicate the beginning of something much bigger. While current reports suggest that Erica Slezak, who portrayed Clint's ex-wife Vicki Buchanan, will not be returning to reprise her role, the soap opera world is infamous for keeping its secrets under wraps. Just because it's been reported that Slezak won't return, doesn't mean it's a done deal. Soap operas have a rich history of unexpected returns. Characters who were once thought to be written off or actors who have announced their departure have often made surprise comebacks. Vicki Buchanan was one of the most iconic characters on One Life to Live, and the idea of her returning to the screen, especially in the context of a crossover with General Hospital, is a thrilling thought. While we've yet to see any official confirmation that Vicki or any other OLTL characters will make their way to Port Charles, the mention of Clint in Molly's novel seems to hint at something more. It could be the first step in reintroducing the Buchanan family to General Hospital. After all, there are multiple connections between the One Life to Live characters and the residents of Port Charles. The Buchanans were deeply intertwined with the Quartermaines, a relationship that could pave the way for fascinating storylines in Port Charles. One of the most exciting aspects of this potential crossover is the idea of Vicki Buchanan returning. Vicki was not just a staple of OLTL, she was the backbone of the show. As the matriarch of the Buchanan family, her strong moral compass, compassion, and wisdom made her a central figure in Llanview. Imagine her stepping into the world of General Hospital and interacting with Port Charles's most influential figures. Vicki's relationship with characters like Tracy Quartermaine, Carly Corinthos, and even Elizabeth Weber could lead to riveting drama. Given Vicki's experience as a strong woman who has navigated difficult family dynamics, her presence in Port Charles could shake things up in unexpected ways. However, it's not just Vicki who could make waves. The rest of the Buchanan family, including Clint's son, Beau, and his half-siblings, could also be candidates for an appearance on General Hospital. Beau Buchanan, in particular, was another fan-favorite character who could add another layer of depth to the show. His connection to the Quartermaines and his role as a lawman in Llanview could translate into a rich narrative arc in Port Charles, especially when paired with characters like Jordan Ashford, a fellow law enforcement figure. The addition of these characters could inject new energy into the show, reintroducing the powerful and complex dynamics of the Buchanan family. But why mention Clint Buchanan in the first place? Could this be a subtle hint that a larger crossover is on the horizon? The world of soap operas is filled with long-running traditions of characters crossing over between shows. Whether it's a brief cameo, a more extended storyline, or even a full-blown crossover event, soap operas have a history of merging different universes. Given that General Hospital has already brought in characters from One Life to Live in the past, such as Todd Manning, Roger Howarth, and Blair Kramer, Cassie DePaiva, it's not entirely out of the question that other OLTL characters could soon follow. The idea of a full-blown OLTL reunion on GH is something that fans of both shows have dreamed about for years. It would not only bring back beloved characters from OLTL, but it would also serve as a tribute to the legacy of the soap opera. General Hospital has always had a penchant for paying homage to its sister soaps, weaving in references, characters, and plots from past shows. A crossover event with One Life to Live would be the ultimate way to bring the soap opera community together, celebrating the shared history and drama of these iconic shows. There's also the potential for this mention of Clint to signal the beginning of a slow build-up towards a larger storyline involving OLTL characters. General Hospital has been known to plant subtle hints and Easter eggs that eventually lead to major plot developments. The mention of Clint could be the first in a series of breadcrumbs that lead to the reintroduction of OLTL characters into the GH fold. These characters could slowly infiltrate the show, leading to unexpected alliances, rivalries, and conflicts. Perhaps Clint's arrival in Port Charles could bring with it a new wave of business dealings, as Clint's ambition and business acumen were always at the core of his character in OLTL. His interactions with the Quartermaines could rekindle old rivalries, while his presence in the lives of current GH characters could create fresh drama. While fans have differing opinions about Molly's hidden novel character, one thing is certain. The idea of One Life to Live's legacy continuing on General Hospital has ignited a wave of excitement. Fans of both shows are eager to see how the mention of Clint Buchanan plays into the larger narrative.